Somewhere along a bleak expanse between anywhere and nowhere are two sets of tracks laid side by side. Along these tracks travels the Infinity Train, in which we are introduced to Tulip, a bright, bespectacled young woman who's been trapped on the train for a week's time so far. She travels from car to car after solving some form of puzzle which unlocks her path and allows her to travel onward. Along for the ride is a small spherical robot comprised of two individuals, the glad one and the sad one. Together they seek to unlock the secrets of the train and finally find their way back home. That's the amazing setup of Owen Dennis's Infinity Train. It's currently under consideration by Cartoon Network for a full series, and in this episode of Secret Screening, I'm going to explain why you should care about this beautiful new show, crack the mystery of the glowing number on Tulip's hand, and tell you how you can help get Infinity Train greenlit for a full series. From here on out, I'm going to talk about the entirety of the Infinity Train pilot, so if you haven't seen it already, it's only 8.5 minutes of your time, and you can watch it for free right here on YouTube. Click the card on your screen, or click the link in the description below, and then come on back. You'll be glad you did.
Well, looks like I'll have to start writing his obituary.
Awfully morbid little thing, aren't you?
Yes.
Infinity Train is a story about parallel dualities. Two tracks, side by side in opposing directions. Two robots of opposing optimistic and pessimistic philosophies united as one. A heavy-minded and serious king who looks after an idyllic and simple-minded kingdom. A horrific monster that's just a shadow cast from a small spider. Cars that should abide by the physics of their exterior size and shape, but open into vast expanses. Even our teenaged lead is of two parts. Too old to be considered a child and too young to be considered an adult. Even the pilot story contains a dual moral. The primary lesson, that you shouldn't be a selfish jerk because helping others can figuratively and literally open doors, is paired with a far more nuanced lesson. A task can sometimes seem frustratingly impossible to complete or even comprehend, but that doesn't mean that the task is insurmountable. Sometimes you just need the right kind of inspiration to tackle your problem and advance. Pretty heady stuff for an 8-minute cartoon, and a great barometer of what we can expect to see if Infinity Train is given a full series. Interestingly, the pilot also establishes a few mysteries. Who is Tulip? Where is she from, and how did she get trapped on the train? She's been gone for an entire week. Is she missed, or currently being searched for by friends or family? How did she come across the Ones, and how long have they been traveling together in the week we haven't seen of Tulip's adventure? Thanks to the credits, we know that the flaming-eyed robot is called a steward. Modernly, stewards perform basic maintenance on trains, and this may also hold true for the seemingly threatening robot. From what we can see from the Cordinia car, something massive has crashed into the train. The stress fractures all bend inward and point towards a long, skidding impact that did massive damage to a water pipe that the steward seems to be repairing. Whatever caused the impact and gained access to the train has the steward scared, because with the slightest provocation it spins and attacks without a moment's hesitation. This is important to note, because after the group is discovered, the steward doesn't kill them. It just sternly attempts to get Tulip to return to her seat. It even abandons its task altogether and flees the car when it notices the Ones, which only layers more questions about these seemingly ineffectual little robots and exactly how much Tulip really knows about them. The biggest mystery, however, is the green glowing number on the palm of Tulip's right hand. Tulip doesn't know what it means, and the mystery has finally reached its breaking point for her in this story. In the entire week, it hasn't changed or turned off, it just brightly glows from the palm of her hand. While it's impossible at this time to fully grasp why the number is on Tulip's hand, we can glean a little bit of thematic information from the two numbers the pilot shows us. When we begin the adventure, the number shown to us is 53, a prime number. A number that is only divisible by 1 and itself. A sly nod to the fact that so far the selfish Tulip has only been looking out for herself and the Ones tucked safely in her bag. However, the second number, 49, is not a prime number. But if you follow me down the rabbit hole, the number 49 is part of an odd mathematical mystery. In 1996, Jeffrey Helene published a massive series of articles on how to construct primes by prime factor splicing. According to Wikipedia, in number theory, the home prime of an integer greater than 1 is the prime obtained by repeatedly factoring the increasing concatenation of prime factors including repetitions. I'm not even going to attempt to try to explain what any of that means. What's important to take away from this is that there is only one number under 3 digits that mathematicians cannot find the home prime for: 49. The number on Tulip's hand shifted when her primary goal changed. When she started, she was a selfish prime number looking out just for herself, and now she's a mysterious number trying to find her home prime. Whether I crack this mystery or not, Infinity Train is a show that inspires folks like me to search for impossible answers to interwoven mysteries. It would still be hyperbolic to claim that Infinity Train is the new Gravity Falls or the savior of Cartoon Network, but if it can set up this much engaging mystery and still tell a fun and funny story with engaging progressive characters in just 8.5 minutes, then you know that Owen Dennis has got the goods to tell one hell of a story.
Solved!
Yay! Yay us! Yes!
So, how do we help get Infinity Train greenlit for a full first season? Well, there are a few ways, but let me start off with the least impactful way: signing a petition. Now, that's not a slight against those who launched the various petitions on change.org and the like, and you should feel free to sign as many petitions as you like. It's not going to hurt anything, but conversely, it's not really going to help anything. Signing a petition maybe helps with public awareness, but it's easy for the target of petitions to discount and ignore them because they don't really require much effort to sign. A better way to help is to do exactly what my new best friend, Owen Dennis, told me on Twitter. Just keep watching and sharing from official sources. That means a great way to help is to watch or re-watch the pilot for Infinity Train on YouTube and help it reach over 1 million views. As of the making of this video, the pilot has nearly 800,000 views, and if we can help push that over 1 million views in under a month's time, that is bound to get Cartoon Network's attention. You can also leave a kind comment, expressing in a professional and mature manner how much you like the pilot and why you would like to see it made into a whole series. Analytics will show your comments piling up, and you better believe it's someone's full-time job to read every single comment made on a Cartoon Network video. Taking the time to write a heartfelt and personal message will make a difference. You can also leave a comment below and share my video, and then seek out and watch other YouTube videos on Infinity Train and comment on them. Cartoon Network is monitoring all trending interaction, and spreading these grassroots videos will be noticed by Cartoon Network. In fact, if you check out my description below, you'll find a list of these videos that you can watch after you finish watching my video, of course. And if you have the time or means, make a video of your own about Infinity Train and upload it to YouTube. Are you a cosplayer? Make a sweet Tulip costume and share it on Twitter. Make a 3D model of the Ones and share it on Tumblr. Dress your dog up as Atticus and share pictures of it on Instagram or Snapchat. The best way to help, short of contacting Cartoon Network itself, is to engage with Infinity Train in whatever way you can across all social media. And that brings me to contacting Cartoon Network itself. Now, as of the making of this video, Cartoon Network's contact page on their website looks like a pile of garbage that ate some garbage and then threw up garbage all over itself. It is literally impossible to use. However, CartoonNetwork.ca, the Canada branch of Cartoon Network, at least has an apology page up and a working email address. Now, I know that writing an email to Cartoon Network is a lot of work, so that's why I've made things easy for you. In the description below, you can find a template email that you can just copy, paste, and send their way. It reads, to Vishnu Athreya, the VP of Program Scheduling, and to whom it may concern at Cartoon Network Studios. I'm writing to let you know how much I enjoyed Owen Dennis's pilot, Infinity Train. It's great to see progressive and intelligent heroines in leading roles, and the mysterious world that Owen Dennis has crafted has left me wanting to see more. Please consider greenlighting a full season of Infinity Train. Sincerely, insert your name here. This friendly letter in bulk will definitely make a splash at Cartoon Network. And if you would like to go an extra step, you can mail a real letter to Cartoon Network. In the description below, you can find the mailing address of Cartoon Network Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Just copy that same template letter, put it in a stamped envelope, and send it on in. Cartoon Network may be able to turn a blind eye towards emails, but they will open every real letter mailed into them. That's a lot of effort, but it's another great way to help get this amazing show on the air. Again, be sure to leave a comment below explaining what you love the most about Infinity Train, and try to share the pilot with at least one friend who hasn't seen it already. Until next time, remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on my next episode, because you'll always have a ticket for my next secret screening. Stay weird. Somewhere along a bleak expanse between anywhere and nowhere are two sets of tracks laid side by side. Along these tracks travels the Infinity Train, in which we are introduced to Tulip, a bright, bespectacled young woman who's been trapped on the train for a week's time so far. She travels from car to car after solving some form of puzzle, which unlocks her path and allows her to travel onward. Along for the ride is a small spherical robot comprised of two individuals, the glad one and the sad one. Together they seek to unlock the secretity of the Infinity Train pilot, so if you haven't seen it already, it's only 8.5 minutes of your time, and you can watch it for free right here on YouTube. Click the card on your screen, or click the link in the description below, and then come on back. You'll be glad you did. To the train, and finally find their way back home. That's the amazing setup of Owen Dennis's Infinity Train. It's currently under consideration by Cartoon Network for a full series, and in this episode of Secret Screening, I'm going to explain why you should care about this beautiful new show, crack the mystery of the glowing number on Tulip's hand, and tell you how you can help get Infinity Train greenlit for a full series. From here on out, I'm going to talk about the entire